Yeah, I know, it's messy. we kind of covered that in the last episode. An amber, is that, oh my god, is that snow again? It's snowing. We are never gonna get water this way. Please don't lose it. Did he lose it? He lost it. We lost an entire bowl of soup. Good morning and welcome to the 4th episode of this series, where these Sims have to scavenge and gather resources in order for them to craft the items they need for their survival in this post-apocalyptic world, and to start building houses and ultimately rebuild society. In the previous episode we saw how they went to the forest and collected a lot of wood and berries. Today we are going to start focusing more on skill building, because there are some requirements to the first jobs that are available, and none of the Sims have met those requirements yet, so we've got some work to do. We'll start out with John, who needs to work on his creativity and study his geodes and fossils for skill points in logic. But there's also still a beds and water shortage, so we will have to deal with that too. So I hope you enjoy. But before we start today's episode, I want to take a moment to share some of the spreadsheets and short-term goals for this challenge with you all. I've taken some time to create this summary of the challenge as sort of a statistics page, heavily inspired by Tia's spreadsheets that she uses for her Build a City challenge. If you haven't watched the tour of her Build a City challenge yet, I can certainly recommend watching that. It is so much fun, especially if you're looking for inspiration to do one of these challenges yourself. So yeah, back to this spreadsheet. So in the top corner, we have like a summary of the survivors that are here, the number of households, children that are born, town services, and you can see that there is a division by tier going on. So we need certain requirements in the architecture career to start building the buildings of the second tier, and so on. We are going to have community lots, player-owned businesses later on, and we are going to track them right here. Then the second part is all about earning cost points, so earning new Sims, and you can see the rules right here. So one household means that we can build one shop, which is going to give us 1 cost point. We need a minimum of 2 builders at the settlement at all times. So the number of Sims that live at the settlement can drop down to 2, but we need at least 2 because we want to keep building. We need 1 treasure chest and 1 lighter to start a new household, otherwise they can't make fire. And required for building a house is 2 bricklayers in the architecture career. Required for community lots is 1 campaign manager. And required for a settlement expansion is 1 soil identifier. And this has a little bit of a story to it, which I will get into in the second sheet. We have 2 sheets today. But yeah, the idea is that the earth, the soil, has to be researched, identified to know where to build. So yeah, and once that has been done, we can expand the settlement and make it a little bit bigger. We can only have a maximum of 5 residents per household at all times. So that means when a couple has 3 children, that is the maximum until one of the children moves out. At the settlements, at the survivor settlements, there is no maximum. So we can cram as many survivors in there as possible and as we can find. So as you can see here, there are currently actually already a lot of Sims that I created that we have not earned yet. These are the expansions to the settlements. We currently have earned none of them yet, and I will keep it a little bit of a secret how we are going to unlock these. And we are going to add, and this is a little bit of a spoiler I guess, but we are going to add new areas to this hood where survivors can be hiding, and it's all up to the dice to decide where we are going and who we are going to find, if we are going to find them. So we have a little bit of census right here. Currently we only have adults, so there's nothing special to see right there. And the last rule is in this short summary, because there's like 5 pages of rules. 1 Sim may unlock 1 advancement in their lifetime. Meaning if they have used their abilities to unlock 1 thing, we cannot use that Sim to unlock another thing. We need a new Sim for that. Then special events, burglaries, fires, weddings and death. And then in the last section currently are only the careers where a few jobs have been unlocked in this first phase, but we are going to have a list of all of the careers down here once we are going to add them. I did write down the requirements for when each job comes available, but that is way too much detail to go into at these early stages. So yeah, we're just going to look at these few jobs right now. And what I did there was I wanted a way where we don't just unlock an entire career, but I started reading up on all of the jobs within the career, and I selected only a few that would make sense in this world, so that actually fit into the immersion. So I came up with this selection that is available at the settlement. So we have the bricklayers who can be promoted to foreman and head of a construction company. And once the head of the construction company is there, we can actually start building that construction company. This made me think of Tropico, which is one of my all-time favorite games, by the way. There's really no references to it in any other way, but the construction company and maybe even the carriers, we are going to incorporate that in this challenge. This line of career is open to woodcutters and miners. So currently we have Kome and Brandon, who are the woodcutters, and they are first in line to get these careers. I later on decided that we are going to add cement mixers, which is the first job level. And there's actually an item in the game that is cement, so we are going to use that in building the houses. And then we have natural science, the soil identifier. I really see this job as kind of a person who goes with the scavenging crew to do research on the soil that they find all around the settlement and in other areas, so they can learn from that and add it to their town and to their settlement to start growing vegetables, maybe even have animals and stuff like that. There's also a scat master. I had a hard time deciding between the two, but I wanted to start out with the soil identifier, and we are going to add a scat master later on. First in line for that is Kennedy, because he has the best skills for it. He is closest to these requirements, which are pretty high. And it's usually open to scavengers and academics. So if we would play it another time, only scavengers and academics could actually be considered for this job. Kennedy is a scavenger, by the way, so that falls in with the rules. Then we have the adventurer career, which I selected the relic liberator. It's not exactly fitting for this world, but it's really close, so you can really explain the text and the chance cards in a way that it would fit into this world. So yeah, I really looked at the job descriptions and the chance card descriptions to see which things were going to happen by chance that were going to influence or impact the settlement and the survivors in it. And first in line to become an adventurer is Brenda, which is funny because she also has the trait that she is adventurous. So that is really, really fitting. And the way I see this job is that these individuals would just go out into the world on their own, discover things, bring back items. So they are not necessarily part of the scavenging crew, but they go out on their own and they find stuff, maybe do some nice discoveries. This is really open to anyone. I wanted it to be fitting to their traits, to their character. Just make it fun, you know, make it fitting, make the world fun. That was really, I should have put that as the first rule, make the world fun. And then the politics. So yeah, usually in most Build a City challenges, politics is the first career that is open. I wanted to have that in this challenge too. I wanted it to be more like a race between a few sims. So we can let the chance cards or other sims, or there are really various ways to do that, but I wanted it to be more of a race, like who is going to be the real leader, who is going to get there first. So for now, I think we're going to have John and Joe competing in the politics career. There is a skill requirement, so that is why John is working so hard on his skills. And once he gets there, he is going to start out as a lobbyist. And once he gets promoted to a campaign manager, we can actually start building the town services, which is going to earn us class points. So that's really nice. There are other jobs, but these ones are available to the settlement when you first start out, and which can be started from the settlement. So they go out to their jobs as a builder, as a soil identifier, as an adventurer, or as a politician who is going to I don't know, lobby in an abandoned area. I don't know how that would work, but yeah, there are definitely explanations that you can write into that. So I did write down all of the advancements, how to unlock careers, what buildings we either want or need, and all of their requirements. The challenge is really broken down into 6 phases, and we are slowly getting ready to move from the first phase to the second phase, which is more of the RNG scavenging and adding survivors to the settlement before we start moving the first couples out. But I don't want to spoil the fun by looking at all of those endgame goals. Right now, every tree we cut down feels like a little victory or an achievement, and I really like that. I'm really enjoying this slow pace of experiencing like every moment of this early phase, and I hope you are too. So yeah, let me know if you do and if you're curious about the end goals. But I think we are going to stick to this step-by-step unfolding of every phase, and I do plan on sharing goals and requirements and statistics and rules and stuff like that on the start of every episode, or maybe every other episode. So I do want to show you everything. I just think it's better if we like slowly unfold everything instead of diving into the endgame goals right at the beginning. And whenever we see John drafting in this episode, I am really imagining him thinking about all of this stuff and how to go from nothing to building a community. I think he would set out goals for the group and gently convince the others that that is how he sees their group is going to grow stronger. In the next few episodes, we will be working towards these goals alongside keeping all the survivors fed, rested, warm, and somewhat clean, because in this world without any modern medicine, a little cold that they can catch at any time may become fatal. But first, let's see how their second day at the survivor settlement went. So Abhijit and Brandy are going to take a nap. Abhijit's going to nap until Goopy finishes cutting the trees and sawing them into planks, because we need more planks, because I want to build a second rain catcher. We have one, but we really need another one. So he's going to take a nap until that time arrives, and Brandy is going to really nap for the rest of the day until there's more food to cook. I think she has some eggs in her inventory, so when she wakes up we're going to let her stock the fridge. Christy is going to do some gardening. And when she's finished with the gardening, she can rest until there's enough resources to start her pottery. We have a lot of clay. I think John even stocked the pottery wheel with the clay. I'm not entirely sure, so let's do this again. But we also need water, and of course we don't have water. Water is really very scarce in this in this playthrough, so that is really going to be an issue. We do have a few Sims coming home later today with a little bit more water, and of course we are probably going to take water from this rain catcher later today. So yeah, Goopy is behind here. He's cutting down the trees. So he's being productive, and John, after he finishes dinner, can stock the pottery wheel with clay, and then he is going to work on his first draft. So yeah, he's going to draft a scene, because my thoughts are that he wants to like make sense of his surroundings and plan around how he thinks the settlement should evolve. So that's what we're going to do. And Sandy went to bed apparently. I didn't want her to do that, but she is very tired, so we might as well let her sleep for a few hours. Yeah, she is going to complain that she is tired and dirty anyway. So let's have her sleep for just a few hours. We can wake her up around noon, and there will still be enough time for her to dig for 8 hours. She can dig for until 8 in the evening when when the others come home around 9. So I guess that will be perfectly fine. Goopy is going to grab one of these logs Apparently he's not grabbing one of these logs. Well, he tried. We'll just put it in his inventory. And he fell asleep again. Poor Goopy. I'm really not paying enough attention to Goopy. I feel a bit bad. Okay, we're going to send him to bed. You can have some sleep. We'll put one of the logs in his inventory. There's apparently not enough space for him to grab it. Ah, there we go. So John is stocking the pottery wheel with the clay that he dug up yesterday. There we go. 5 raw clay in total. Yeah, I think he should really do a bit more. And yeah, he can actually reach the drawing table. That's good. Let's see. So I wanted to let him paint or make a drawing really of this area. Like that. So let's see how he does. We've got a tree inside the house again. Let's turn that around. There. And yeah, so Brandy has she cooked 4 bowls of soup, which is nice. She also has a lot of these eggs, so they should be able to make omelets in the morning. And Christy, I think, got the, yeah, there we go. So Christy has the rest of the food, so we are going to let her stock the fridge and check for the food supplies. So we have, let's see, 4 preserved fish, which came from the drying rack outside, and 8 eggs. So if I'm not mistaken, they should be around, well, they should be exactly 404 food points, but let's see. It looks a bit silly, but it works. 396. Okay, so I was off by 8 points. So I guess the eggs are 12 instead of 13 then. That makes sense. Yeah, and I think we should really let Christy sleep right now. And I want to wake up Abhijit because I noticed that nobody is using the back door. And let's see why that is. Yeah, so Abhijit's hobby is also arts and crafts. Let's see if he can go outside, because I want him to clean up this mess right here that he's going to use in crafting later on. He can use the back door. Okay. And at least he's going to get changed right now. Can you also collect water? Oh, it's raining! It's raining, yeah, so we are going to wake up Goopy. He's the only one right now that can cut planks, so we are going to do that. And Abhijit can only grab 1 bucket of water right now. So let's grab this pile of trash, put it in his inventory. And maybe Christy can later on, when she wakes up, gather these mushrooms. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Abhijit could really craft a few more wooden parts, and I don't think he has the materials to forge hoops or chains yet. Apparently he also doesn't have the body skill to do so, or the mechanical skill. No, probably the body skill. But let's send him to his crafting corner. There we go, he did craft 2 items. Oh, and he is going to the forge. Yeah, he doesn't have the components. He needs iron for that. And I did give him all of the coal and all of the iron that the others have collected. So he got 24 buckets of coal and 15 buckets of iron ore. So we are going to let him smelt or iron. Oh no! Oh, I forgot to... Oh, they spoiled... The food got spoiled! Oh no! Oh, that's so silly. So I forgot to put away these leftovers. Oh. Well, you're miserable anyway. Can you just grab a plate and then clean it up? Oh, I feel bad about that. Okay, so he did put a few pieces of coal and iron in there. So that's good. So now he can take a nap because with the wooden components that he just made, he crafted a second rain catcher. So we're going to build that. Here it is. Let's see, the brown one. Yeah, I think this one looks good. We're going to place that right here. Let's see if we can fill in one of these and then go take a nap. Goopy has finished the planks by now. We should not forget to sell these because they were used in catching the rain catcher, in crafting the rain catcher. Oh, it's so silly that we let this food go bad. Brandy was sitting right next to it and she was supposed to put it in the fridge and I completely forgot. Well, luckily the fridge is stocked again with new foods, so we are doing a little bit better on food than yesterday. There's so much laundry up here. Oh God. Okay, so John is drawing away in his new drawing corner. Yeah, he just finished his first drawing, and so let's move this out of the way for a second so he can start cracking these geodes and fossils. You can't reach that? I think you can. Okay, so let's put it on this table then. And see if he can crack it there. He can. Okay, good. So once this geode is cracked, he has a cracked geode in his inventory, and a cracked geode can be studied, which gives logic skill, and that is basically the only skill that really cannot be trained in other ways in this settlement. So we really are going to make good use of that. Now I do think it's a little bit silly to have him study like the same geode for hours and hours. So we are going to need a few more items. And we will probably also need some OMSPs. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Yeah, and I don't really want to deal with John. An amber. Is that? Oh my god! Is that snow again? It's snowing. We are never gonna get water this way. That's just horrible. That's just okay. So yeah, I don't wanna have him complain like every 2 seconds. So we are going to get this water that BACC collected and let him have a sponge bath. Collect more water. Then stock the wheel with more clay. And then we are going to continue cracking these rocks because there's a lot of interesting items that can be found in here. And yeah, there's also a lot of interesting things that we can do with it. So Bernie can take a sponge bath and then also put the eggs that she has in the fridge. It's snowing. It's not supposed to snow in spring. Oh, they're going to be so cold. Let's see, the good news is we do have 456 food points, so that should really give us almost 6 or 7 days of food, I think. Which is not bad at all. I just realized they are probably going to put the dishes in here, so we are going to put this into Melissa's inventory, so she's the only one that can really tinker with that. Oh, the plants. I really hope they're going to survive this. It really would be sad if they would lose their first harvest to an unexpected snow in spring. And Sandy is also up again. What is she doing? She is tending the coffee crops. That's good. We need one more item to keep these coffee plants healthy. And we currently do not have that yet. We need to build a scarecrow. And in order for us to be able to build a scarecrow, we need hay bales. So we are very likely to find them on our next scavenging run. But that won't be here for at least another day. So until that time, we just gotta hope and pray that these coffee plants are going to survive. She can inspect them. I'm not sure if it's going to give us any information. And John, what are you doing? Okay, you can go inside and continue cracking these rocks. Yeah. That was cute. So is she cleaning up? Yeah, she is cleaning up. She might be able to check the water level after that. Another amber chunk, okay. Trilobite fossil, cool. An ammonite fossil. Nice. And let's check the last one. An amber chunk. Okay, good. I think Brandy could really just take another nap, because the next thing for her to do is start cooking again to get her cuisine up, because that is going to give us another workbench and we really need those. And John should really start working on both his nature hobby and making more drafts and working on his logic. So let's start with the last one. We are gonna study the geode, and then we are going to send him outside to watch the clouds. It's just the equivalent of watching or contemplating about the surrounding area and thinking of new ways to use their surroundings, really. So let's start with the geode. Oh good, the coffee is growing nicely, so it doesn't look like it's damaged too badly. So John is now studying the geodes and the fossils that they found. That is going to give him more logic skill, and more logic and more creativity is going to allow him to start a position in a political career. We will need at least one position in a political career filled as a requirement to start building town services. And in order for us to build town services, we need builders. The woodcutters, Kome and Brandon, are the first choices for those positions, and both of them are missing some skills that are required to fill the position of bricklayer, so they will probably start as cement mixers. In the next episode I will go into further detail about the building system, but the idea is that for every day that they spend at the job, they gain a building point, and every house or community lot costs a certain amount of building points to finish. So that way it will be like they have built these buildings while they were away on their jobs, and it's not like these buildings just magically appear someday. Yeah, oh luckily the snow has gone, that's good. Christy can like start gardening and cleaning up here, I think. This pond has been watered one too many times. Yeah. And then maybe watch the birds for a while. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock. So if Sandy starts digging for treasure now, she's going to finish at midnight. Well, I guess it's better than nothing. So let's do the macro version of the macrotastics version of digging for stuff. Now you are really too tired to do anything, so let's check this water level one more time. There should be an extra action on there whenever there's water in there that they can actually get out of there. 9 buckets of water, I would really like to collect those. They still can't, so we are going to make use of this emergency rock. And yeah, so Christy's going to wash herself and then light this fire again. So it will be nice and warm when the others return. John does not have a shovel, so he cannot help them fill this back in. He got 1 point in nature enthusiasm. Can he, yeah, just watch the clouds for a bit longer. Yeah, I know, it's messy. We kind of covered that in the last episode. And what is... he is going to help fill them in. That's nice. Did I tell him to do that? Is he doing that by himself? Yeah, he's not going to finish that interaction because his needs are way too low to do that. It's probably too soon to get more water. Yeah, it is. And has... Oh, the iron ingots are done. Okay, so he can collect the iron ingots when he comes out. And Christy can continue her bird watching to keep working on her. One more, okay, she needs one more point for her hobby enthusiasm for us to unlock something new, which is quite exciting because that is going to be a nice way of expanding this community with more crafting points and doing something with the money that is going to come in. Sandy, what are you doing? What are you finding? Planks, that's Goopy. Let's see, Abhijit can smelt more iron ore. And then apparently Fart hearts over Sandy, but I meant that he is going to collect some water and wash himself. Christy is having a meltdown because it is such a mess and we only have 2 Sims with a shovel. So I'm going to send John inside and draft another scene. You are just going to focus on his creative skill right now, study the geode and put the fossils right in here. So let's see if we can fix this with some OMSPs. And then hang up this drawing. This will be a nice memory of this pile of trash once this corner has been turned into a second garden for their plants. We are going to need a few more fences, so a few more wooden planks really, and we are going to build some fencing right here. And yeah, we are going to create a nice little garden out here where they can take better care of their plants. For all of the plants that they have found and seeds that they have found out in the world. So yeah, let's organize these fossils. Yeah, perfect. So now he can study the geode, he can study the fossils, and let's queue these up just a few times. I want to keep it realistic, so he's not going to study these like 10 times in a row. Okay, but he can study these a few times before yeah, to make sense of what it all is. So yeah, let's see how we want to go about this. So before we are going to clean this mess up, I want John to take a picture of it. So let's go in here and just zoom out a little bit. Yeah, on the other hand, I think that this would probably be... no, I don't want to quit the game. This would probably be... and I did not want to press play. Yeah, I think this would be a better scene for John to draft. So let's with the card in there. So let's do this, I guess. It really would make more sense for him to do this during the day, but let's see how this comes out. 6:30. Is Sandy still digging? Yes, she is. She has found a crazy a cat toy again. Abhijit is fighting with Christy, it seems. She's crying, so that's not what we want. Let's have him go inside. He cannot collect any water right now. And the others have just arrived home and everybody is smelly. And I think I saw someone running to the toilets. Yeah, Kennedy. He is running to the chamber pot. So they are all tired. They are all exhausted from their day at the forest. And they brought some items with them. So let's serve some food. So everyone that is hungry can grab something. We are going to put this soup in the fridge at the end of the day. But let's put it here for now. We're going to cheat this onto the table again. And turn it around so everybody can reach it. And I think, well, since Abhijit is standing here, he might as well serve the soup. Oh, Kome is already doing it. Oh, good. Are you going to put it down somewhere or okay? Please don't lose it. Did he lose it? He lost it. We lost an entire bowl of soup. Oh no. That's not good. Okay, so we are not going to play around with that table anymore. I guess it's part of the risk of being out here. Sometimes food gets spoiled and sometimes other things happen to the food. So yeah, let's let's let them have this soup and have Abhijit serve it. Hopefully they can eat something, everyone can eat something, and they can try and feel better to make something of this night. So we really only have a few goals for this evening. We need to craft a few more beds. Brandon is worried about Goopy. Oh, we're nearly killing Goopy. We're going to wake him up. Everybody is worried about him. Let's not cut planks. Grab a plate. Get something to eat. Yes. And then he's probably going to pass out again. You can skip that. Okay, so yeah, we only have a few goals for the evening. We need to craft a few more beds because we have a lot of Sims that are tired, but not nearly enough beds yet. And Kome and Brandon have to work on their skills. And then we have Christy and John who are going to work on their hobby, and Melissa on her tinkering. So yeah, we are going to prioritize John's nature hobby points over his logic and creativity right now. I am going to allow him to finish his drawing, but we are going to study the geodes again in the morning. Right now, we really need his nature points to go up. Why? Because there is an achievement, or an advancement I should say, linked to him having 3 points together with Christy. So yeah, we really want that because that is going to progress the story a little bit further, and that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, let's see if everybody can reach the bowl. And let's see, Abhijit's. Yeah, he does have a bowl. He can't find a place to stand, I think. You can grab a plate, and let's see, only Melissa doesn't have anything, right? Yeah. She doesn't have anything. So Melissa can go to sleep first, and then I'm going to move Sandy here because she probably can't get through there. So yeah. I was saying, yeah, so Melissa can go to sleep first and then work on her tinkering later. She has this electrical appliance right here, and we have another one. So we are not going to pull those out until she is going to work on them. Everybody thinks that Guppy is smelly. Well, he is. Let's see. What's Kennedy doing? Did Kennedy lose his glasses? I gave him glasses. Let's fix that. He does have glasses. There they are. Don't know what happened there. Okay. So Abhijit is going to collect the iron ingots and he can smelt a few more. Brenda still hasn't eaten, so she's going to grab a plate. And Kome can start splitting the wood so he has some components to work with. And we are just going to send everyone that doesn't have something important to do right now to bed. Yes, so let's go back to Abhijit. You can smelt more iron. Poor Guppy. Yeah, so he put another few buckets of coal and iron ore in there. And he now has 2 stacks of iron ingots. If I'm not mistaken, he needs to split these. So let's do that. Well, we are going to need nails too. Okay, so 1 stack is for Abhijit. And the other stack is for Kome. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because Kome can actually make a lot more items because he has a much higher body skill. So we're going to let him craft some findings. Yeah, and then he can convert the large stack of split wood into bundles of firewood so he can make the components because we want to work on his mechanical skill. We are getting there, we are getting there. So let's see if everyone could reach their destinations. Sandy is still digging for treasure. Guppy, can you just like take a nap on the couch? I think that could work. And Christy, can you, let's see, tend the coffee plants and talk to the coffee plants and then just go do some gardening things. Oh, and we can actually fetch the water. Where is... Okay, she fell asleep. Marilena then. Yeah, she is awake. Okay, just please run out here. Yes. Okay, so we can finally fetch some water. We can get 10 buckets out of here. That is awesome. And then check the water level. Okay, and we can actually get 11, I think. And then we're going to also get 2 buckets out of this rain catcher. Nice. Okay, so we finally have some water now. That's good. So more of these Sims can take a shower, but also Christy can finally start working on her pottery. Let's see, we want her to... Oh, she's already at 5. Oh, that's awesome. So, yes, she can go to sleep then. And we'll wake her up when John is ready. John is still drafting. Maybe we're going to let him finish his drawing in the morning. Because we really want him to work on his, we need him to work on his nature hobby. Let's see, what is Marilena doing? She can get another bucket out of there. Did she eat? She could grab another plate. Who is out there? Is that Abhijit? Yeah. Oh, and in case you were wondering, I did not delete the mailbox and the trash can. They are just inside this little shed right here. Abhijit is also still hungry. Can he? No, it's all gone. The food is gone. Okay, so let's see. This is still smelting. You know what? Let's just let him clean this up and send him to bed. So Kome is doing a great job again. He is now going to the shed to convert these firewood logs, the stack of firewood. Brandy, you can go to bed. A treasure chest! Oh, I really feel like saving the game now. Should we? I think we should. We're going to save. Just so absolutely nothing can happen and we are not going to lose this chest and treasure chest. So we have two now. That is amazing because that means that we can have two couples that are going to get married and start a household once, you know, all of the other requirements are there. Let's see. So it's really all up to Kome right now. He has all the components. No, I'm lying. Because Goopy, before all these bad things happen to him, should we like wake him up and send him to the chamber pot? We probably should. He is going to pee his pants. There, he made it just in time. Are all of these beds taken? Abhijit can just sleep here, right? Yeah, okay, good. So what happened? I'm not sure what is happening there, but I'm just going to help him out. Since he tried to go on there twice now. John is really tired and he walked inside, but we really want him to continue with the garden. Tend, inspects. We're just going to let him do as many nature actions as possible. I don't think we need to water the plants a second time. And we could let, since Brandy is the only one that's really awake, we could let her grab the laundry because this is starting to get really messy. So Goopy can take a real nap right now. And back to Kome. Did he convert? Let's check his inventory. He did. Okay, so we are going to give him the items that Goopy, the reason why Goopy passed out tonight is because he was working so hard on all of these planks and we totally forgot to check his needs again. But it does mean that we now have the planks and all the other components, I think, to craft the beds. So that's good. Let's see. Let's send him here and make furniture. We need a sheet for this. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, that's not a problem. So first we will let Kome craft a few more wooden parts. John, what are you doing? He's going to tell a joke to Brandy. I'm going to interrupt that. I'm sorry. Go and harvest these berry bushes, please. We want him to continuously work on his nature hobby. And he is going to pass out somewhere in between, probably. So we are going to have to send him... Save your game? Yes, please. There are still a few plants that they cannot reach. But Brandy really doesn't need to take care of the plants right now. So we're going to let her clean. Mostly because this is driving me insane. Oh, here's another one. Yeah. Once we find a few more items, they can actually pick up the laundry autonomously, which will be great. We don't have that now, so I'm just going to order them to do it because it's everything is covered in laundry. And John can actually, I think he could start out by also clearing this pile a little bit more, grabbing a bit of laundry from there. There's actually, I threw some laundry in there when I created this mess. Oh, did he pass out? Yeah, John passed out. Okay. We don't have a bed yet, but we can wake up Abhijit. And send him here. And I think I'm just going to let Kome go in there too and hand the items to Abhijit. They can have a short conversation. And now one of the beds should be free for John, and it is. A cucumber plant. That's nice. Please don't. Don't use the firework. Let's see. Let's have a chat and give him the items. This would also be a good time to wake up Brenda and let her do some stargazing. And let's see, Sandy is going to take another nap again. There is a firewood war going on. I'm not sure why. Oh, I like that dress. Forgot I had that. That looks really cute on her. Let's see, let's go do some stargazing. Okay, Kome is still hungry. It's 1 AM. We could send him to bed, but we don't have any beds. Oh, there's one bed free right here. Okay, so Kome can go to bed. Goopy is having nightmares. I think Things will get better eventually, I promise. And I forgot that Abhijit was going to do something. So there is something going on with all the firewood. I am not sure what that is, and we're just going to cancel it. It has something to do with neighbors stealing your firewood, like with the what's it called, like the leprechaun. But we're going to ignore that right now. We're going to craft a single bed. Maybe even 2, but I think we need rounded beams for that. We could have Kome cut rounded beams right now, and I do want to have this closed. Yeah, that's better. So yes, Abhijit is going to craft a bed. And let's have Brandy make breakfast. I'm also going to wake up John. Everybody wants to steal the firewood. We're going to let him tend many. I'm really hoping he will get his 3rd point in nature by the morning. Yeah, so Brandy can use that, and then make a group meal, another comfort soup. Oh, a sculpted vase. That's like worth like 4K, isn't it? Let's see. That's almost like a treasure chest. They found a refrigerator. 2 mirrors. That's... Wait. Did they find art supplies? I was actually going to add that as a scavenging item. Like, they cannot use the easels unless they have like art supplies. So like they need to have brushes and paint in order for them to actually use the easels. But they found it. That's really cool. The one that I wanted to add is a CC item, but this one works really well too. And for some reason it's under plants, but I really like it. It's the Artist's Suitcase by Tinkle. It was made almost 10 years ago. That's what you get when you dive into a grunge and apocalypse rabbit hole on Pinterest. I really like this item, so that's what I was going to like hide on one of the lots that they are going to scavenge. But yeah, this is going to work too. Let's see, Brenda's still alive. That's good. No satellites have fallen down yet. And yes, Abhijit now needs one or two more rounded beams to craft another bed. Two rounded beams and long planks, probably. Yeah, so we only have this one bed right now. It's almost morning anyway. So let's put this bed in, and I'm going to put it in the hallway for now because I had a plan for where to add it. Oh wait, maybe we can get rid of this one. Yeah. So let's find something more suitable. There, I kind of like that one. And since Abhijit is the one that made it, he can oh, he's not even that tired. Okay. Can we let him do something else then? He is hungry. Let's put this light back on the table. He could maybe eat some blueberries. And then go in there. Yeah, so it's 2 o'clock. And we're going to end the episode here. So Sandy has exhausted this lot. We found some really great items, much better than yesterday, really. We have a second treasure chest, which is really, really nice. And a refrigerator. We're not going to use the food in there, but it's nice to have a mirror, some art supplies. The mirror is actually going to let some of these Sims work on their charisma skill. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use mirrors, but you know, if they're going to find them, I guess why not, right? There are other ways of working on their charisma. And the 12th century song Dynasty Sculpted Vase, which is worth 4,000 simoleons. So that is going to be worth a lot. That's going to be really helpful. So yeah, we have another bed. I'm sure we are going to craft another one in the morning. And John is really close to getting his third point in nature. And in the next episode you are going to find out why I wanted that third point in nature so badly. Because once they have that, Christy and John are going to join their forces. They are going to put together the knowledge about their surroundings that they have gathered so far, and they decide they will go on a hike together. You might be surprised what they are going to find, so stay tuned for that, because they might not be completely alone in this abandoned area. So we're gonna see what that means in the next episode. As always, I want to thank you for spending time with me, following these survivors on their way to rebuild society in a new world. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!